Masiguro, take us back to 2019 with all that activity outside of the Oval. At that point, we had the Minister of National Security Communications and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. That was Stuart Young. And he said that Venezuelan nationals in Trinidad and Tobago will be allowed to register. And they had a 2-week period, which will, of course, it began on May 31st of 2019 and ended on June 14th of that very same year. And the registration process, the exercise, cost this country $5 million. That was then, remember? People coming in, fleeing their homeland, looking for a better life. Trinidad and Tobago, the place to be. Yeah, how can you forget that? Some people were for, some people were against, some people were like, listen, as long as they come and be productive citizens, we have no problem whatsoever. But what has happened since then? Let's get an insight on what's taking place, especially at the heliport.
Okay, ¿cuál es tu nombre?
Mi nombre es Freddy Zorrilla. Bueno, yo vengo ahora mismo aquí.
His name is Freddy Sorilla and he's here right now.
Porque yo salí de mi país con mi familia.
He said he left his country with his family.
Porque, en la ciudad donde vivo, es fuerte para
Because
conseguir.
in the city where he lives, or the area where he lives in Venezuela, it is hard to get jobs.
Es fuerte, entonces yo vine para acá, de aquí pedí una ayuda, asentamiento a un tercer país.
So the reason why he came here is to help himself to get a relocation to another country, stay here for a while he be in interview, and then sent to another country where he could have a better future for him and his family. ¿Miembros de tu familia están aquí contigo?
Mi esposa, que aún sigue.
It's Tree, his wife, she's detained still at the heliport. ¿Qué más?
Mi hijo y yo.
His son and himself. ¿Qué edad tiene tu hijo?
7 años.
The 7-year-old son is here with him. ¿Por qué está tu señora detenida? ¿Por qué?
La misma situación. Yo también estuve detenido.
He said the same situation was detained at the bar in St. James. He was detained. He was also detained, but he was set free.
Yo salí cuando soltaron a los 29.
He said he came off when they released the 29 of them. He was released at that time. ¿Cómo es el proceso? ¿Cómo las condiciones del proceso cuando tú estabas allá?
Bueno, el proceso es difícil, porque teníamos que convivir mujeres con mujeres.
He said it is very difficult because we have to live together, men and women together, all in an open space.
Muy difícil para uno sus cosas personales.
It's difficult because your personal hygiene, looking at yourself, the toilets.
140 personas juntas
He said 150 persons gathered together in a space for 4 toilets.
Y bueno, yo estoy aquí, todavía mi esposa tiene 2 meses ya.
He said
2 meses detenida.
He is here, his wife going in 2 months being detained still.
No tengo comunicación con ella.
He said no communication with her. His son asks every day for his mom.
Sí, yo no puedo trabajar, porque.
He said he can't go to work, he can't get a job because he have to be with his son at all time.
Bueno, y esas cosas,
and things like that, so he asking for help.
Si no puedo trabajar,
because he cannot work, he cannot do anything.
Si me pueden ayudar para sacarla de ahí.
He said if he can get help in order for his wife to be set free, so he could do something.
Ya que no puedo regresar a mi país porque está peligroso.
He said he can't return to his country because it is dangerous.
El país está peligroso, sí.
Yeah, he said the country is dangerous. You don't get your basic necessities.
No hay trabajo,
and have no work.
Para uno conseguir algo, para uno
in order to get a job, in order to get a little to survive, you have to go into illegal activities.
Y siento que mi vida puede estar en peligro.
And his life could be in danger. He has his family.
Salir todos los días a la calle.
He said come out every day.
Sí, entonces, bueno, quisiera una ayuda, quisiera que me ayuden a por lo menos.
He said he would like to help in order to relocate.
He trabajado porque tengo que,
¿Pero en qué? ¿Haciendo qué? ¿Haciendo qué?
Construcción, algo
He said doing construction, painting, whatever came out, he will do it. That's the only way he will survive in here. Whenever he gets a day work, he will do it. ¿Qué quieres tú en un futuro si sueltan a tu señora? ¿Qué
Yo no-
quieres tú en un futuro
yo,
para ti y para tu familia? ¿Qué deseas tú?
o sea, yo quisiera trabajar, o sea, o conseguir una ayuda para decirme, o sea, porque
He said
estoy
he would like to work
para
and
salir a otro
at
país,
least get the help that he could be sent to another country with his
porque
family.
en Venezuela no puedo regresar, o sea, no
Because
quiero regresar porque
he
siento que es
said
peligroso para mí y mi
he's
familia.
dangerous for he to return to Venezuela. He's scared for him and his family. ¿Qué le quisieras decir tú al gobierno en
Bueno, o
estos
sea,
momentos del Estado?
que como seres humanos, o sea, que respeten a todo ser humano porque
He
todos
says,
somos
as
iguales.
human beings, let us respect human rights because all of us are humans.
O sea, todos
All
somos,
of us have rights.
todos somos iguales y que, o
All
sea,
of us
ella
are the
está, o sea,
same.
necesito para ver si me pueden ayudar para que me
He
suelten a mi
said he would
esposa
like
porque
to
ella,
get
la
help
necesita, todos la
for
necesitamos,
for that to release his
sus
wife because
familiares están
his
preocupados.
family need her, the son need her. Everybody is worried about her and they have no knowing what is going on with her.
Reunirse con sus hijos, o sea, yo no tengo comunicación con
He
ella,
said he have no
no,
communication with
no
her.
comunicación, yo no sé, no sabemos si come
He
bien,
don't know if he's having
si
a
se
good meal,
baña,
if she's having a bath or whatever.
Frediaini Sánchez.
¿Y tu historia?
Bueno, mi historia es que fui detenida por emigración el 9 de
Yeah, espérate. Okay, her name is
Frediaini
Freddie Agnes Sanchez. She was detained by immigration on the 9th of July. Ajá. ¿Dónde?
en el heliport de Chaguarama.
She was detained at the heliport in Chaguaramas.
Y bueno,
¿Por qué estás aquí? Cuenta.
¿por qué estoy aquí
En Trinidad.
en Trinidad? Bueno, porque me vine de mi país por la situación y porque
Sí, en
por
Trinidad and
seguridad.
Tobago due to the circumstances of the country in Venezuela and she come here in order to feel more secure. ¿Tú estás aquí con familiares
Yo
o?
estoy aquí con mis hijos.
She's here with her children. She has 4 children, ¿la edad?
8 años,
8 years old,
6 años,
6 years old,
4
4
y
years old,
3 años.
and 3 years old. ¿Dónde están esos niños en estos momentos?
Ellos están en mi casa con mi sobrina.
They're at home where she is staying with her niece. ¿Cómo ha sido la situación si tú te has encontrado con personas que no te han tratado bien a ti y a tus hijos porque tú no eres de aquí? ¿Cómo es tu situación?
Bueno, me he sentido mal porque
She
uno
has
viene,
she has feel bad because it
uno
has
viene
people.
por un futuro por sus
You're
hijos
coming for a
y por
future.
seguridad y yo creo que
You come for a future, for security, looking for a betterment in
a
life.
veces no nos denigran.
And sometimes, you know, they look at us like we have no value, like it's something. La policía te estaba persiguiendo en un tiempo, un momento, no, con los niños.
Así. Sí, cuando salí
Yeah, when she came up from the
Ujú.
heliport, she was followed by the police. ¿Por qué?
Sí.
¿Cómo fue tu experiencia en el helipuerto?
Nada bueno.
Nothing nice,
Nada.
nothing good.
Habían hombres con mujeres juntos ahí
Men
en
and
el
women
lugar.
together in an open space.
Hubo un momento que duramos casi un día sin tomar agua.
It had a moment that they nearly spent a whole day without drinking any water or getting any water to drink.
La comida
The food, getting la
estaba
comida,
congelada, a
was
veces llegaba
frozen,
congelada
frozen food it was given.
y nadie la comía y
And
la
nobody
misma
eating it and
la guardia costera ellos mismos la botaban
And
pues
the
porque
same
eso se
Coast
quedaba
Guardians
ahí y
they
nadie
just throw it away because nobody eats the food, so they just throw it away.
estaba congelada.
It was frozen. Para sobrevivir aquí, ¿cómo has vivido tú aquí? ¿Cómo te sobrevives?
Bueno, de verdad que aquí no
¿Qué haces tú?
trabajo porque tengo que estar con mis hijos y
He said in reality right now she's not working because she has to be with her children. ¿Cómo sobrevive?
bueno, a veces que por mi cuenta hago pasteles y los vendo, a
Also,
veces, no es todo el tiempo
She says sometimes she makes
y
pastels
buscando la ayuda del ACNUR
and waiting for
para
the
ver si me refugian en otro país y es un
because she wants
proceso
to
muy
really
lento,
settle in another country,
entonces
even
tengo
though
que
it's a
esperar.
slow process, but she's willing to wait. So she does make pastels and empanadas to survive. Si se te da la oportunidad, no tienes ningún problema si te mandan a otro país, ¿verdad? Dejar a Trinidad que te manden a otro
Sí,
país con
me
tus hijos.
fuera, sí.
Of course she will leave one time, no problem, she will leave. ¿Hay algo que te guste de Trinidad, aparte de todo lo que te ha pasado, las circunstancias, algo que te haga sentir como bienvenida o bien?
Bueno, sinceramente,
Well, sincerely,
yo no he tenido así, no han tenido un buen trato conmigo los
she hasn't
trinitarios,
got
estoy siendo
a
honesta, estoy
good
siendo honesta.
treatment by any Trinidadian. She's being honest.
Y bueno, me siento feliz porque estoy aquí con mis hijas, están conmigo y
She
puedo darle
say,
de comer.
she says she's happy, and the reason why she's happy is because she have her children with her,
Cosa que en Venezuela
and she
es
could
duro.
work a little bit and give them something to eat, and they're contented, which in Venezuela she cannot do because things are tough in Venezuela.
Bueno, sí me gustaría.
Yes, she would like for her children to attend school here if it's possible.
Yo no tengo madre, solo a mi padre y una hermana que está aquí conmigo.
Her mother
Ella vive aquí.
passed
Pues.
away, and only her father in Venezuela. She have a sister, and the sister is also here in Trinidad together with her.
Bueno, pensaba que era un poco fácil con lo del trabajo,
She said she thought it was something easy in order to get a job here.
pero no fue fácil, pues los primeros
No, it
que
wasn't
llegué aquí
easy. Since she has come to Trinidad,
ha sido duro pues con la
it has
cuestión del
been
trabajo y
very
eso, y
hard
que-
during job to get a job or whatever develop. ¿Qué le dirías a las autoridades?
Bueno, que liberen a las mujeres que están allí porque ellas tienen hijos y yo estuve allí un mes.
Yeah, he said to set free the women that are detained at the heliport still because they are mothers, they have the children. She was there detained for a
Y
month.
conviví con ellas allí porque
And
yo
she
estaba allí pues.
She had interaction with them while she was detained at the heliport.
Y sé qué es lo que se siente estar encerrada allí.
And
no
she
saber
know
nada de
what it feels like to be locked up and not knowing what is going on with your children.
What stories indeed. Joining us is social activist and chairman of the Themis Foundation of the Americas, Yesneia Gonzalies. Pleasant good evening to you, Ms. Gonzalies.
Good evening to you. Blessings to you. Yes.
Yeah.
Blessings to everybody.
I mean, this is so heart-wrenching. I mean, to see this thing play out. And of course, I'm reading the comments, and some people are saying, first of all, they're saying, listen, if they don't care about us as citizens, why would they care about these Venezuelan migrants? And I want you to deal with that whole perception that these individuals are burden, an economic burden on our society. What do you say to people when they would make such a statement?
Well, you see, the problem is that these people feel, politics is play a part of it. Because when the Prime Minister, Dr. Tiroli, a long time ago, he said that how this is not a refugee camp in this country. And then when you hear one of the ministers say that how we cannot afford to give them houses and so. I mean, you mislead the people because what people do not understand is that the U.S. are giving them millions of dollars to this organization like the UNCR, Living Water, NGOs. The IOM getting a lot of money and millions to provide for all these refugees who are coming in here, seeking asylum for protection, because Venezuela is facing a very bad crisis. People just running away. As you're seeing, it's not only in Trinidad, but all over the world. People risking their lives, going into the forest and the mountain or whatever it is, and losing their lives. Children have been losing their lives, crossing the river and all sorts of things, And I mean, who would like to do that, to risk your life like that? It's because Venezuela, there is nothing there. And plus things are very expensive. People life in danger, and there is nothing there. The hospital, there is not medical, to provide for those people who are sick, with people dying with diabetes, cancer, children suffering. There is no electricity, no water. There is nothing there in Venezuela really. You know, if you notice in Venezuela and you travel to Venezuela, you're only seeing all people remaining in Venezuela and the young people just leaving, and then when they're working in different countries, they say,
Yeah, but I don't want to just simply, slide over the fact that millions of dollars are being given to agencies to deal with this matter.
Yes.
And somewhere there's...
And the government benefiting too. The government get a lot of money to set all this, like for instance, the registration that took place for the refugees to able to get amnesty, and they were able to work here and things like that. Remember, there were 16,000 people registered, and the U.S. paid for it and provide for that, and the UTC also is paid by the U.S. and so it go on. The government don't have to spend no money, and the thing about it is that these people only coming for a time, They only, it's a process that they have to go through with UNCR by getting that card, and then they're giving the resettlement. It's a very slow process, and while they're going through the process, they will be working, sending money for their family, you understand, because how they will live, And then the thing about it, they should not be working because they will be able to provide for them, give them money every month, like a salary every month, to give them food, give them shelter, and all of that, So, where's all this money? Because those Venezuelan refugees, they're not supposed to be paying rent. They're supposed to provide and pay rent for them. You understand? So where all this money going? Where's all this money? What the government doing with all this money when they say that how they are burning for the country? Where's the money that they are getting? Because what I understand is that they're getting half of that money, Right? They're getting half of that money, and then people are still suffering. You could see children begging parents begging for their children on the street. You could see some people get kicked out because they can't pay the rent. And then, the president, they say, what they're doing here, they're coming to take our job and this and that. At the same time, they're not supposed to even working. They're supposed to provide for them. They're supposed to help them, to educate them. The education that taking place in Trinidad is basically for that too, to help them.
Yeah, and of course, and the fact of the matter that so much of this money, of course, cannot be accounted for. There seems to always be some lack of transparency as to how is the connection, who gets to get this money direct or indirectly, however the case may be. The fact of the matter is that you have people detained at a location, cut off from their family, even to the point where you have strangers, people, Trinbagonians, who are raising these children while these individuals are being detained. And one has to ask, why are these things not being considered? That the fact that you have a mother separated from her family, a father who is the breadwinner separated from his family, and at the end of it all, you can't get answers. You can't get anyone to come forward and say, listen, all of this took place in a bar. We remember that. It was a bar. What went on inside that bar, I don't know what basically the laws was.
Also, what went up in that bar too is that when they arrest all these Venezuelan refugees there, they were saying, all those Dominican go so, Colombian go so, because there was also some migrants there who was illegal. And they were separating them, and they only taking all the Venezuelans, which is that discrimination. Why the Venezuelan alone? You understand why? Why that place was raided. If there is so many places in Trinidad that there is a lot of victim of human trafficking where they having in bars and all of that, and they have so much of police, why they don't go and look for those victims? Because there is a lot of reports that I have been making about that, and they're not taking me on. And they know they have victim of human trafficking. Not changing the whole thing about how this bar was raided and all these Venezuelans was raided and take them to the heliport. That place is supposed to be closed, and suddenly they open the place. I understand they have more going there now that they're going to be deported. Besides that, they wasn't deported. There was expulsion because they never signed no deportation, right? They never signed no repatriation because they don't want to go. They say they don't want to go again.
All right. So hold on. So you're saying, you're telling us that the deportation orders were not signed,
Yes.
and yet still they
Some
were.
of them may be signed, but the majority of them did not sign it. Some of them were forced to sign because they were saying that how if you don't sign it, you're not going to get your belongings, and you're going to be punished, you're going to be in jail, and they threatened them. This is what they told me. They was afraid of when they see all the police with gun coming in, big boss of police, army, walking up and down. I was there. I was outside there where I was seeing all these big police buses passing and jeep and all kind of thing was going there. Like there was only criminals there, and those people really suffering. And there is 10 women right now separated from their children. There is one of them who have a baby 5 months old, and she was breastfeeding that baby, and now the baby not even getting the mother milk. That is a violation of the children rights. That itself is bad.
Yeah.
To deny a child to get breastfeed for 6 months, a child to breastfeed, and they denied that, separating that child. As you know, there was a case of one of them who taking care of 2 children, and not even the parents. They're not even family.
That says a lot. And these are things that when you have these cases, you should at least have some, consider the fact that these families are separated, babies, young babies, and what have you. Timus Foundation of the Americas, folks can get in contact with you. I know you've been doing a lot of work. You want to give them your contact number so anybody who out there needs to reach out to you to help?
Yes, they could call me on my WhatsApp, 1-868-732-8222. They could contact me at that number anytime. I will answer the phone. It could be any hour, anytime. I am there to help them and to assist them. Because I know it's very hard, and they need protection, they need help, they need, to be able to reach out to certain people who are really care for them.
Yeah, definitely. In part 2,
especially children.
In part 2, Yesneia, we are going to follow that money. We have to follow that money. Somebody has to account for that money. It just doesn't make sense. Too many things are taking place, and at the same time, at some point, these transactions are being conducted and somebody's benefiting while others are suffering. So
exactly. Why those refugees supposed to be renting places and work? They supposed to help them in shelter, food, medication, every single thing they provide them for. The Americans are paying for everything, and the government benefit, and they don't want them here, but they want the money.
Definitely. So we're going to look at that. Our time is up, Yesneia. We are going to do part 2 of this. I want to thank you so much. Of course, keep up the battle. Best of luck to you and your entire team.